Hi, Mum. You're early.
Yes, no traffic on the motorway.
Oh.
Are you nearly ready? I want to get off soon.
Yeah, is Bill with you?
Yes, he's parking the car. Can I come in?
Yeah.
Hello, Kevin. Did Kevin stay the night?
Yes.
Where did he sleep?
With me, of course.
It's a single bed.
Well, we can't all have luxury double divans, you know.
I thought he was just a friend.
Oh, Mum, don't be naive. These things happen. Think back.
I don't have to think back. It is possible to have cellulite and a libido, you know.
Then you'll understand.
Why didn't you tell me?
What, on the phone? The weather's fine, the lecturers are a pain. Oh, and I'm sleeping with Kevin.
Sex is a special thing.
Oh, don't start, Mum.
Well, I hoped you'd save yourself, you know, for the right man. You don't have to rush into these things.
Who's rushing? I've known Kevin ever since I came up to Liverpool.
I saved myself for your father.
Well, you married him when you were 18. You didn't save yourself for long, did you?
It's just a shock seeing somebody coming out of your room.
And don't you think I was shocked when Bill came out of yours?
Well, you didn't tell me you were bothered about it.
Well, of course I was bothered, but it doesn't mean I'm scarred for life.
Yeah, but at least I told you about Bill. You didn't tell me about Kevin. I just happened upon it.
Yeah, well, if you hadn't been so early, you wouldn't have happened upon anything.
You are being careful, aren't you, Hannah?
Oh, Mum, we have safe sex drummed into us so much here. I'm surprised there's not a degree in it.
Oh, I hope you haven't got too much stuff to go back. The car is miles away.
Hello, Bill. Just that lot. I'll get you both a coffee.
Don't they have a lift in this place?
Kevin was here when I arrived.
Yes, I passed him on the stairs. He said he was going to go home for some sleep.
They're sleeping together.
What would you expect?
Oh, well, mothers don't expect anything. They just brace themselves and wait for the next shockwave to strike.
Well, it can't be that much of a shock. You're not upset, are you?
Yes, a bit. I can't explain why.
Perhaps she's not good enough for him.
Isn't he?
Nobody would be. Oh, Kevin seems all right to me.
Oh, I just hope she knows what she's doing.
Did you, the first time?
Well, it wasn't much about violins playing or waves crashing on the shore, I must admit.
All my mates were boasting about their conquests. I was frozen with fear as soon as Bessie Crammond took her cardigan off.
It'll be Joe next soon, I suppose.
Seems logical.
Well, whatever happened to waiting until you were married?
Well, we didn't. Just as well. Had a hell of a long wait.
Look, it wasn't my fault that I got stuck in traffic.
It was your fault you went shopping for Joe's shoes instead of getting married.
All right, we can set another date for the wedding.
So that you can disappear around Sainsbury's at the appointed hour? No, thank you.
I had no idea you felt so strongly about it.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. Do you have to go on about it?
Well, I didn't bring the subject up. I was never going to mention it again.
All right. Let's not mention it again then, shall we?
Fine.
Right. Actually, I think he overcharged me, that taxi.
That is only a single bed, you know.
I gather you wish to see me.
I'm giving you a new job. Associate editor.
Oh, that's rather nice.
Are you pleased?
Do I have my own office?
Yes,
Secretary?
naturally.
Clothes allowance?
Well, I'm sure we could come to some arrangement.
And a Series 7 BMW? Might be quite pleasant, then.
I don't mind if you show me your gratitude. A kiss would be nice.
For whom?
I thought you might feel warmer towards me if I promoted you.
You must think me very avaricious.
My heart is still yours.
I'd rather it wasn't.
Liza, I know we agreed that our affair was over.
Yes, we did.
But when I see you every day, I yearn to embrace you.
Well, that wouldn't be very sensible.
I don't want to be sensible. I want to run barefoot along a tropical beach with you.
I never run. It's most inelegant.
Say the word, and I'll leave Marjorie.
I thought the word was reconciliation. You said you wanted to save your marriage.
Well, Marjorie says she'll give me another chance.
Oh, yes.
She's asked me to move back into the master bedroom.
Well, that sounds promising.
She's bought a new nightie.
I suppose so.
And she says she'll push the beds together.
Quite a tale.
I'd rather have you back.
Well, you can't.
I'll do anything you want me to.
Richard, please, get up. It takes a certain kind of man to kneel with dignity.
I suppose you mean Bill.
Bill? The only time Bill knelt was when Scotland won the Five Nations Cup.
He'll always be my rival in your affections.
Bill and I are divorced.
Yes. But he was sensitive to your needs.
Sensitive. He took my checkbook away in the middle of the Mercedes showroom.
I can be forceful too, you know, if you think that might be helpful.
Look, Richard, let's just keep this a business relationship.
Remember what you used to call me?
Remind me.
Tiger.
No, Richard. Are you sure it was me?
Of course it was you. You're the only one. In 12 years of marriage, I've never strayed before. Come back to me, Liza.
Sorry. No. But thanks for the job.
Liza. Liza, be mine.
Richard, please. Silk should never be manhandled.
Hello, darling. I thought...
Marjorie, how are you? Still pioneering the comfortable look, I see.
What are you doing with my husband?
He was just offering me a new job.
She felt faint with gratitude, and I was just helping her into it.
Into a compromising position?
I'd love to stop and chat, but I'm allergic to cheap perfume.
No! Wake up! The goalie's on Valiant! Pass the ball! Run, my son! Yes! Oh! Did you see that?
Yes?
Well, that was a blatant foul.
You went for the ball.
Joe, did he hurt you?
Mum, get off!
I saw what he did. Has the referee got defective vision?
Leave it!
Oi, you! Yes, I mean you. That was a cynical tackle. You could have seriously injured my son!
Come on, D4.
Where are you going?
I'm not with you.
Yes, you are.
Not in the ball.
Red card for you, Mum.
What do you mean?
You say you'll keep quiet every time. You never do.
Well, you should be pleased I support you.
This is your idea of support.
Yes.
Telling me to tuck my shirt in before I take a penalty.
I just slipped.
You're their star midfielder for tackling me.
It was a bookable offence.
Mummy's boy.
Oi, he's not a mummy's boy.
Okay, then, great. See you then. Bye.
Hi, who's that?
Kevin, I've asked him to come down for a few days.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I had to talk him into it, though. I think you frightened the life out of him.
Is he staying here?
Of course he is.
Where?
In my room, of course.
Sleeping together?
Like proper grown-ups.
Certainly not.
Why not, Mum?
Because this is my house and I decide who sleeps in it and with whom.
But people sleep together all the time. Look at you and Bill.
But that's different.
Why is it different?
Well, Bill and I have an established relationship. We are permanent.
Well, not according to the rows I've heard.
Why should I condone my daughter sleeping with someone I hardly know?
You know I slept with Kevin at Liverpool.
But that's not the same.
Why? Because it was 200 miles away?
Yes.
Oh, that's very understanding, isn't it?
What about the effect on Joe?
What's he got to do with it?
Well, Joe's very ignorant about some things.
Name one, apart from how to work the washing machine.
He could walk in on you at any time. I don't want him affected.
Are you serious? Joe isn't 5 years old, even if you treat him as if he is.
He would be embarrassed.
Oh, right, so I can't sleep with Kevin in case Joe gets embarrassed.
It is not a good example, Hannah. You've hardly been with Kevin 5 minutes. Next week you'll be madly in love with somebody else and want to bring them back as well.
Well, that's not a very flattering assessment of my moral character.
It's realistic. You're young. Kevin's hardly likely to be your partner for life, is he?
Well, I'll never know if he's not allowed into my bedroom, will I?
Look, I don't care what you do in Liverpool.
Oh, yes, you do. You made a flame.
I don't want to hear another word about it.
So what? He can't come down then?
No, I didn't say that. While Kevin is in this house, he can sleep on the inflatable mattress.
What's wrong with the put you up?
Well, because by the time he's blown up the mattress, he won't have the energy to creep along to your room.
Richard? Richard, why have you made Liza associate editor?
Does there have to be a reason?
I was afraid you didn't have one.
She brings a lot to the magazine.
And takes much more.
She has style, contacts.
And enemies.
Liza doesn't have enemies. Just a lot of friends who don't like her.
Don't you think we should have talked about this first?
I wanted to ask you what you thought, but
You knew I'd tell you.
don't take it too hard, Bill.
But it is hard. In fact, it's becoming impossible to work here.
I'm sorry if you feel like that.
And you're not going to do anything to make it any easier.
Please, don't ask me to choose between you and Liza. You know how valuable you are to me.
But there'd be no contest.
I think you'll find things will get easier.
I think you'll find they won't.
I'm feeling very optimistic now that Liza and I are working closely together again.
Haven't you learned that one encounter with Liza is too close for any man?
I did try to deny my feelings. My decision is final.
Well, you'll have to stand up to you, you know. She'll trample all over you.
Do you think so?
And you'll have to make it clear from the very start that you expect her to work within a budget and check her expenses.
Right.
Richard, could you just sign this?
Of course.
Once he's read it,
He doesn't need to, do you? And how are you, darling?
what's that for?
Is it any concern of yours?
Almost certainly.
I can make executive decisions on my own now.
And is this executive decision for the good of the company or the good of your wardrobe?
Thank you. Drinks later.
Miss Ferrari, Mr. Mailings from Garrard's.
Garrard's?
The Crown Jewels?
I know.
He's waiting in your office. He says he has an appointment.
He's early. Must be keen.
What's he here for?
Perhaps I know him socially.
And perhaps you don't.
They do a rather nice line in desk accessories.
For the Sultan of Brunei.
I just want to discuss some requirements I may have.
For the office?
Yes?
We do have an office supplier for that.
But I don't want the same as everybody else.
Liza, they are rather expensive.
You understand, don't you, Richard?
Richard was telling me that he is expecting you to work within a budget.
Well, of course I will. And I shall tell Richard what my budget is when I've spent it.
I think the idea is that Richard tells you exactly what your annual budget will be, and you stick to it.
That is between Richard and me, I think.
I think I punched the message home, don't you?
Bye, catch you later.
Where are you going? Football?
No, rowing, back about 7.
Since when have you taken up rowing?
Since you gave me no choice.
What's it got to do with me?
Everything. Taken up rowing because it's not a spectator sport.
Isn't it?
So you can't come and support me.
Oh, Joe, come on. I said I was sorry about the football. I promise I'll be very quiet in the future.
You won't. You don't know how to. You were well embarrassing, Mum.
Are you seriously telling me that you've given up football because I was a little enthusiastic on the sidelines?
Let's just say that your behaviour accelerated my decision to alter the focus of my sporting ambition.
Let's just say you're very lucky to have a mother who comes to watch you play.
Well, now I have to manage without you, won't I?
Which bit of the river are you going to be rowing on? I think I told you. It's just I walk the dog along the towpath sometimes.
It's nowhere near there.
I could borrow your bike.
Better be joking.
Hello. Right, that's the foreplay over with. Now, quick, upstairs.
What's the panic?
Well, Hannah's gone out and Joe won't be back till 7, so I thought we could make the most of it.
I'd like to see the news headlines.
No, not now.
You've been reading The Art of Subtle Seduction again, haven't you? Oh, God, what a day.
What is it, Liza or Liza?
Can you believe that Richard has made her associate editor?
Well, yes, I can very easily, as a matter of fact, because Richard is obsessed. A bit like you and Hamilton Academicals, really.
Liza spends all her time lunching with young designers, and Richard spends all day in tears.
Yes, much like any other glossy magazine.
And I am caught in the middle. I can't even do my own job properly.
Oh, let me help you relax. Yes, you're very tense.
That's because I'm wondering what's coming next.
Oh, what about a nice hot bath and a glass of wine?
So what are you going to be doing while I'm in a nice hot bath?
I shall be in there with you.
You expect me to relax?
No, not completely.
What if Joe comes back?
Well, he won't be back till 7. He's taken up rowing. Can you believe it? He's given up football because he says I embarrass him and he thinks it's unlikely that I shall be able to run along a towpath and tell him to put his vest on. You can interrupt me at any point and say you can't understand what he's talking about.
Oh, but I can. I'm surprised he hasn't taken up gliding.
Oh, don't shut your eyes.
Shattered.
Well, come on. We have so little time on our own. I think we have to grasp every opportunity. Kevin's coming this weekend, so we'll have to behave ourselves while he's here.
That'll be a relief.
You do understand, don't you? I just wouldn't feel comfortable.
Well, if you wouldn't feel comfortable, then I wouldn't feel comfortable, my love. Anything for me?
Well, there's a gardening catalogue, this year's price list from the vet, and, a letter from Hannah. Yes, I don't want my daughter sharing a bedroom with her boyfriend in this house, and that is final.
Right.
Well, don't you agree?
I thought you said it was fine.
Well, yes. Just like to hear your views.
So you can shoot them down in flames?
No. I'm perfectly calm. I'm listening.
Oh, this is interesting. Ecuadorian dig reveals midget llama.
You're not listening to me at all.
I'm
are you?
hanging on to your every outburst, my love, as usual. Morning, Hannah. There's a very interesting piece in the paper here.
She's not listening. There's a letter from Kevin. Oh. You used to send me love letters, Bill.
I sent you one. I had half a bottle of Glenfiddich and was not in full control of my emotions.
Why don't you send me letters anymore?
I sent you one yesterday. Left it on your pillow.
Didn't want to wake you. The iron's blown up is not exactly a sonnet. Kevin sent pages to Hannah.
I'm just going to have a bath.
Oh, Hannah, I'd just like to speak to you for a sec. Bill and I have been talking about Kevin coming down and he agrees with me.
I haven't agreed.
We don't want you to share your bedroom with him. You can do what you like in Liverpool, but while you're under this roof, you do what I like.
What we like.
What we like. Is that clear?
Okay, fine. See you later.
I thought you were arguing with Hannah about this all day yesterday.
It's Kevin. Something's happened. I'll have to go and find out.
Hannah, can we have just one morning when the emotional crises of your offspring do not take precedence?
Yes?
Thank you.
But not this morning.
He chucked me. And don't say he wasn't good enough for me. And don't say you're young, there's plenty more fish in the sea. He said he doesn't want commitment. What does that mean?
Well,
I didn't ask him for commitment. Wasn't as if I pushed him into anything, was it? And he's still got my Blues Brothers tape.
Oh, I expect he'll post it on.
I don't want him to post it. I want him to bring it. Just so I can see him again.
Oh, come on. Did I tell you about the time I was chucked?
Yes.
Oh, I thought I would never get over it, you know. And years later, I saw him in Woolworths, and he was wearing green flares and a medallion.
Mum, this isn't helping.
Well, I think if Kevin doesn't want to go out with you anymore, he's crazy.
You're my mother. You would say that.
Oh, Hannah, sometimes you stop going out with people when you're young, not because you don't care about them, but because you do feel that you are too
young for commitment.
Well, yes. Look, I bet he's regretting it even now. He's probably sitting there staring at the phone, wondering whether he should pick it up.
That could be him.
Yes, I suppose it could.
Hello? Oh, yeah, he is. Hang on. Nice try, Mum. Bill, phone!
Oh, thanks. Who is it?
Bloke.
Oh. Thank you. Hello? Oh, really? Well, I'm not certain, but... Yes, why not? Sounds like a good idea. Fine. We'll speak then. Bye. Hey, that was some headhunter. He'd heard I wasn't happy at Vista.
How do you know that?
Well, it's their job to know what's going on.
What do you want?
To talk about a job I might be interested in.
Are you interested?
I might be. It's certainly nice to know that somebody wants you. Hmm? All set?
Yeah, just waiting for Mum.
Time's the train.
Not till 6.
You're not looking forward to going back, are you?
Could say that.
Have you thought how you'll handle it when you see Kevin again?
Got any ideas?
Well, don't let him know you're upset.
I'm not upset anymore. I'll get my own back.
Gotta be suits.
Doesn't own one.
Slash his tyres.
He hasn't got a car.
I remember one story about a woman who phoned the speaking clock in New York from her boyfriend's flat and left the phone off the hook for a fortnight.
There was only the payphone in the hall.
So how are you planning to get back at him?
Well, I could put the word around that he's got athlete's foot.
Not exactly classic revenge.
That's the best I could come up with. I mean, he hasn't got anything valuable I can destroy.
There must be something that's important to him.
Everton.
And he's suffered enough. Oh, it's nice to see you smiling again.
That's guaranteed to make me feel as miserable as hell.
You want some money? Daft question. There you go.
Oh, thanks. Now I could buy a Vindaloo and chuck it over Kevin.
You ready?
Yeah.
Are you coming, Bill?
No, I thought I'd just stay here, watch the box.
But I thought we were going to go to the pictures after we'd dropped Hannah off.
Are we?
Well, we talked about it last night.
Was I awake?
Well, you didn't object.
I wasn't awake.
Come on, you'll enjoy it.
Well, I thought you'd want to stay in tonight, what with Hannah going... Well, just the
Don't
two
mind
of us.
me.
You agreed.
Have you got anything in writing?
Joe,
What now? I can't stop. I'm late.
we're just taking Hannah to the station.
Yeah?
Well, she's going back to Liverpool.
So?
So, go and say goodbye to her.
Why?
Well, she'll appreciate it.
She won't give us stuff.
Oh, she will. Look, Kevin's upset, and I think it's terribly important that she feels that we care about her and support her.
She doesn't expect me to do all that rubbish.
Well, surprise her.
Oh, life's too short.
Well, it'll only take a minute.
Mum!
Just go in there and say goodbye.
Doesn't feel right. Oh, goodbye, sister dear. I will count the hours until we are reunited as a family. I've done it. I'm going out.
Isn't that nice of Joe? Come in and say goodbye like that, especially. I thought he was taller.
And now you can tell. He was lying down most of the time.
Remember when they used to sing to each other in films? Tap dance round the patio and leave the rest to the imagination.
No, but my mother told me about them.
Well, I should be back in Liverpool by now.
Cutting up Kevin's Everton scarf.
Young love's so painful. So much more relaxed when you're older, isn't it?
Well, according to that film, it'll take a decent osteopath a couple of weeks to put those two right.
The costume designer didn't have much to do either. Do you think she kept taking her clothes off because it was essential to the artistic credibility of the film?
No, I think she did it for the money.
The bit I liked best was when they got back to his place, having exchanged meaningful glances all evening. And as she went through his door, you knew they couldn't wait any longer. And she grabbed him and she threw her legs round him. And then...
Mum, meet the rowing team.